Hey guys, my name is Michael. Welcome. Today is a very important video. We are officially moving to the next step. This is something that was in the works for a little bit now, but we have officially resigned from my current position. Well, not my current position anymore, my previous position at the car dealership. And we're moving to another car dealership. Not the one behind me, we're just vacuuming our car. But I'm starting this new position on Monday. Hopefully the grass is greener on the other side. We shall find out. Number one thing is money. I've got a huge amount of debt that has been starting to pile on top of one another over the past couple months. I do not like missing payments. We have not missed a payment. I will do everything not to miss a payment because that's the whole point of rebuilding your credit. It's been a tough year. Look at that sky, it's pretty epic. It's been a tough year, and right now it is getting more brutal each week. So the main hope is we're going from a volume pay plan to a gross pay plan, which will test my skills as a salesman. Obviously, I'll have to develop them further. I am excited because we're going to be working with other salesmen some of them have been at the store 10 plus years. And I want to be mentored by these people. I want to build good relationships, and it is going to be obviously a different environment, different inventory, different processes. Everything's going to be different. I'm excited. I'm nervous, but the previous chapter of my life has closed and we're on to the new chapter. And if my plan goes the way I'm thinking it shall, where we're heading right into the busiest season of the year, which is summertime, where there should be the most amount of clients and on a gross commission pay plan, as long as everything goes well, even if it's a little bit more than the previous dealership, that's the number one thing. We need more money. I don't want to be door dashing or Uber outside of after work because it still isn't paying the bills and I'm exhausted. I'm burnt out. So I want to have enough time for school. I want to have enough time for work, and it pays the debts, it pays the bills. I want to just lead a normal life because recently it's been one bill after another. It's constant, just a huge barrage. And eventually, if my plan goes the way it is in my head supposed to go, which, it's tough planning because it never goes the way you want it to. But even if it goes a fraction of the way I'd like it to go, then at that point, we will have a lot more control. And later in the year, I'll make a video going through all the debts and bills and how brutal it was. Right now, there's just so much that it's going to be a failure if it doesn't go well, so I'd rather not show it. But if I succeed with my plan, then I'm going to go through how the past couple months were. January, February were very tough. Last month was only a little bit better because we had a student loan come in, but it was like a Band-Aid, a temporary Band-Aid. So my credit actually decreased recently because we had to max out my credit cards, which is temporary, but again, it's not a comfortable position to be in. So the number one thing is hopefully over the next month or two, it's going to take a little bit because we're going from weekly pay to bi-weekly pay now, so every 2 weeks. And obviously the first week doesn't really count. So the first paycheck's going to be 3 weeks from now. It's going to be pretty brutal. But with the help of my wife, we're starting Monday. I'm very excited. It's also a place that's closer. So, 15 minutes away instead of 30 minutes away. So get to save on time, get to save on gas. Not a huge amount, but it's always something, right? And technically a little bit less hours. A little bit. Not a huge amount, but a little bit less scheduled hours. So, if there's a lot of clients, if there's traffic, of course I'll stay. I'll work my days off. I'll do whatever necessary. However, if there's some slow days, like recently there's been a lot of slow days, okay, well, I get to work a little bit less hours. So maybe in those hours I'll be able to DoorDash or Uber or whatever temporarily. Pay plans, it's always tough to go through, but looking through Reddit, it should be a pretty competitive pay plan. In terms of the percentages, again, I don't know exactly how that's going to work out because there's a lot of stuff you have to look at. Inventory, traffic, how the leads are distributed among the salesmen. Now I'm going to a larger store where instead of 6, 7, or at maximum 8 salesmen, I'm going to be the 12th person there. And I'm going to have to prove myself. So we'll see how everything goes. But I took yesterday off. I resigned on Friday. And now is the next chapter. And then hopefully, if all goes well, we can move on to the next chapter after that, which is pay off my debts and actually start investing into stuff that I like. Get back into crypto, get back into, I I'm still thinking about potentially later on down the line, Turo and Airbnb and whatnot, investing in Poland. But obviously that's years away. And at this point, with a lot of debt, I can't even think about investing in 401k and retirement. At this point, it's just paying off my debts because interest rates are rising. So if you've got debts that are 30, 35%, that's a lot of money. But number one thing is, right now, both me and my wife are working. And if we're both going to increase our income and her credit's getting better, I know that just around the corner it is going to get better. But the number one thing is, if you're doing a lot of saving here and there, it doesn't matter if you're negative. It's not even living paycheck to paycheck. It's just negative each week. Like, oh, save on coffee, save it. No, I can't do that, because what happens if you're negative $5,000 for the month? I need to make that extra $5,000 somewhere. And recently, there's been months where I had over $10,000 in bills, $10,000, $11,000, $15,000 in expenses. So you take that one loan to pay for another loan, and obviously that's not working out. So number one thing is, you need higher income. And right now, with our total income for the household being over $100,000, still negative, not even living paycheck to paycheck. So my income has to go over $100,000. And these past couple months have been brutal. We're on average, last year, it was closer to $6,000 per month. Now it's below that. Like recently, it was $4,500 or whatever the exact amount. It was, I don't know, not good enough, nowhere near good enough. So I've learned a lot. I'm very thankful. I've had great mentors, but it's on to the new chapter. So thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day, and check out that. Like, it's been stormy.